Light's better, huh? Are we okay with that? The mic's probably bad, but I know the light's better. So I hope you guys are appreciating the little upgrades we're making here. I want to, I'm realizing that I am playing a lot of the role in blocking my own blessings. And it's really, I'm starting to see from being ashamed of just sharing myself and my position of where I am with y'all. So whether it's just like me working a night shift job or it's me constantly like doing all these things and feeling like I'm behind in life, what the universe is communicating to me is just like share where I'm at right now, but continue to grow on your own journey every single day while you have the opportunity to. So that's what I'm learning to do, to accept myself every day. And in doing that, I share myself with you guys. Not for the sake of completing that self acceptance, but for the sake of knowing I feel complete in myself and I'd like to share that in this form of expression or this idea with the world. And allow you, if not to be appreciated by whatever I'm sharing, you can be inspired to create something of value, to share something of value that means something to you with this world. So, give me like 3 seconds to try to remember what. Actually, let me figure out what today's video is going to be about. And honestly, let's start these videos off let's start these videos off way cooler than I usually do. How are you guys doing? Please let me know how you're doing in the comments. Be as honest as you want, please. Like, this is a community of empathetic, intellectual people. We care for you. We care about you. We want you to feel worthy and belonging in this experience. So, jump in the comments, say hello, hey, and let us know how you're feeling today. The election's coming up, if it hasn't happened by the time I posted this. So what are your thoughts on that? And what do you think the major changes are going to be in the United States in the next 5 to 10 years? If you want to go even crazier, say, what do you think the consequences of the 2024 election will be in year 2030? How's that sound? Load up these comments, bro. Like, I want you guys to not only like be here and subscribe to me. I want you guys to feel seen and heard and feel like you can participate in these conversations we're having. That's the only reason why I'm having them, bro. If I was just having this to like show off my intelligence, like, this shit would be a bust. But I want to have these conversations. I want to build this community. I want to really make shit shake in this world, bro. And from my unique angle. And I know it's from being able to share these insights with you guys. So hopefully I'm doing my part, and hopefully I give you guys the best opportunity to do your part as well. But since there is no whiteboard behind me, I'll be clocking into a shift sooner. So I just had to record this video before I get in there. But since there's no whiteboard behind me, I just have my little notebook of videos that I've been backlogging, and fucking mentally masturbating over. Because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I'll say the wrong thing. I'm afraid I'll have to redo the whole video. I'm afraid I look ugly and people are going to see me. Like, I just have to put that into the universe now. I have all the videos for you guys. I have all the videos for you guys. So many freaking videos for you guys, bro. And let me just be honest with you guys, because you're my people. And I'm afraid. That's the only thing that keeps me from making these freaking videos. And it's making me mad now. Because I shouldn't be. Like, you guys show me so much love and support. And I haven't even met most of you guys in person. Most of us haven't even had a real conversation one-on-one. But you guys show me so much love and care and support. That's where I'm going back to realize it's my fault and my own trauma and my own inner limitations that's stopping me from being this person I want to be. And beyond that, I know I shouldn't feel like this, but like, I feel like I'm disappointing you guys, not putting my full self, especially in this sense, out to the world. So in recognizing that, I have the intention of really sharing myself, even those like raw, vulnerable parts that might not be like as aesthetic for a healer. But I'm definitely, it's all for the sake, for the priority, of course, me being able to free myself from this mental prison that I've been enslaved to my whole life, but also to inspire you to be able to take the steps that's necessary in your life to access that version of yourself. Because I promise you, once you see that it is possible for you to live in the fullness of who you are and to truly be loved and respected and cared for and appreciated and supported, you'll never go back to being anything other than who you truly are. And that's what I'm living in right now. But I'm in this stagnation because something in me refuses to let go of the comfort of my old life. As traumatizing as it was, I refuse to let go of the comfort of that for the, not the confusing, but what's the word I'm trying to look for? The infinite possibilities that are the future. And the infinite possibilities that I don't know are coming, ones that I'm not ready for, ones I'm not prepared for, ones that I didn't even know I could dream of, ones I didn't know I could access. And all of that is just so overwhelming, and it scares me a lot. And I hope in starting to be honest with this, not just with myself, but with y'all, we can heal together and see, damn, are we stabbing ourselves in the foot? Are we stopping ourselves from accessing our own truth, our own blessings in this life? And can we do something about that? Well, hopefully in me doing something about that for my life, hopefully that inspires you to have an opportunity to do something for that in yours. And we can all be on the other side of living a life that not only we created, but a life that we can fully accept ourselves in and appreciate with conscious intention. So I figured out what video I want to give you guys right now, but because I'm not sure what the space is on my phone, I'm going to clip this and then, actually, I'm going to get into one more thing, and then I'm going to clip this, and then we're going to get into the video. So the thing that I was going to get into is Cosmic Nomad website's open. If you want to help a brother pay his bills and you want to look fly, the stuff on there is fly, I'm telling you. So 2 birds with 1 stone, Disney's bills and your wardrobe. Cosmic Nomads, rebelsouls.shop. Go ahead and check out some gear. Get you 1, get you 2, get you 3, get the whole catalog. Get you something. That's all I ask. And yeah, if you'd like to donate consistently, a little more consistently than that, you can go ahead and join the Patreon. I'll put the links for both in the description, but I'll also put little videos up here for my visual learners. How about we get into the video right now? Going back to that topic we were just speaking of, I'm afraid of my own blessings, or I'm afraid of existing in the reality where I have to take responsibility for my own blessings. This is the conversation I wanted to bring up today. Tomorrow's validation will never save you from yesterday's rejection. Love yourself today. Let's take a couple seconds to appreciate that. Hold on. Is this going to be better if I put this light on? Oh, damn! Okay, we're going to leave that on. Can we... Let me reiterate what I was saying. Let me repeat, not reiterate. That was beautifully said the first time. Tomorrow's validation will never save you from yesterday's rejection. Love yourself today. This is when I speak about, especially for my dreamers and especially for those of us who have been through like a lot of trauma and have had to spend time dissociating from our being or existing in a fantasy reality to have something to believe in, to not just be a consequence of our actual reality that made us want to not be here. This is very important to get us to ground, a very important conversation to have to allow us to still have our big dreams, but to ground just enough to make sure that we are still taking steps towards actualizing the ones that we can see in our reality and not just escaping our reality to go to fantasy worlds that sedate us from the responsibility we still need to take if we desire to live in reality or in alignment with those dreams that we keep having. The reason why the reason why I feel like this is probably one of the more important conversations to have is because you will get, if you don't feel like, let me slow myself down. I'm saying a lot of things at once here. You may be putting yourself in a position to be at the mercy of other people's validation. Your whole entire process of self-actualization could be at the process, or could be at the mercy of other people's ability to validate you. But those people will only know you as much as you're able to express to them, which is a reflection of how much you accept in yourself, and also how much you, the expressed you, contributes to or benefits their priorities. But if you never establish a fundamental acceptance or love for the self in your present moment, you are at the mercy of the trauma of your past, the experiences of your past, the socialization of your past, or what other people's future has in store for you as a consequence of you not having a plan for your own future, of you not having a sense of self-completeness in yourself. And when you sit here and see how many, like, how normalized that is in our society, like, you'll be scared. Very, very, very scared. Many people, and we can even get to like an existential level of like, I'm not hating on none of you like Christians or religious people, but for people who are waiting on life after death, like, I don't know another way to ask this question, but it's going to sound really messed up. So please have some patience with me. Why are you waiting your whole entire real life to live after you die? It's almost like you don't have to take responsibility for living if you've projected the responsibility of actually living the life you want to live to after you die. Because the only life you can actually take responsibility for is the one you're living right now. But you have decided right now, this is too overwhelming for me to take responsibility for, so I'm going to project it into another time in the future, or I'm going to project it onto somebody else and make them do this thing that I need to do for myself. And if I did do for myself, I would be able to start navigating and dictating the pace and the path of my own destiny, not just constantly being dragged along the universe, attempting to go through trials and tribulations that I have no intention why I'm going through them, and I have no desire to continue surviving through them. I know I yell sometimes. I'm getting passionate. I'm sorry. Like, this has nothing to do with me getting like. Actually, it does have me to get angry. I'm just passionate, especially when I'm speaking like to you guys, because when I'm having these kinds of conversations, like the trauma recovery ones, the shamanic healing sessions, it's almost like I'm speaking to myself too, like a younger version of myself. The things that I wish I knew when I was just so deluded in the psychosis or like the false reality that I was living in underneath the trauma that I was experiencing. So I'm hoping that these words can be like a little flare or a beacon just of hope for you to remember that what you're looking for isn't in a place that you can't access it. You've always had access to this power that can free you from these circumstances, from that relationship, from that trauma, from that abuse. You just have to decide if you're willing to take the steps that will constitute that change that you really desire. And many people will just be too overwhelmed or too confused or lack the commitment that it takes to access that. But if you genuinely love yourself, there are things you will do, there are things you will sacrifice, there are places you will go that you would have never imagined you'd find yourself doing for the sake of being able to fully love yourself and create a reality that reinforces your ability to do that. Not just loving yourself in the sense of escaping other people's rejection of you. Loving yourself in spite of a world that has made it difficult for you to love yourself, for whoever you truly are. And I think that's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful path to go on. No matter how many riches or women or trips you end up receiving on the end of it, but for who you become because of this journey. And how much power you get to put back in your hands, in your story, because you decided to say, you know what? The things that I can control, I'm going to control, and everything else I'm going to leave outside of myself. Because my story is mine to write. And everybody else is just reading it. Or I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how we kind of got there, but that just sounded like a movie quote, and I had to just drop that in there for you guys. I'll be making myself laugh like a motherfucker sometimes. I really apologize, but I want to make sure that we're hitting on the point. Like, and I gotta make sure I stop saying like. Obama would be so disappointed in me if he heard me saying like and all as much as I do. So I'll make sure that I fix that. But going back to the title of this video, I want to make sure that I keep repeating it just so you know, like, even though we're going on a roller coaster of an analysis, that we're always reinforcing that initial prompt. That is, tomorrow's validation won't save you from yesterday's rejection. And to add to this conversation, honestly, think about how many people in the social media self-improvement space are only improving for the sake of getting revenge on or proving wrong the people who rejected them in their past. And not genuinely because, you know what? I'm tired of not accepting myself and putting the power of my self-acceptance into other people's hands. So you know how I'm going to change that? I'm going to start accepting myself every day. And it's going to take knowing myself. It's going to take struggling with myself. It's going to take hating myself. It's going to take being patient with myself. But through all of that, that literally is an active relationship with myself. I'm setting the foundation for how I treat myself. So not only can that be reinforced by others, but other people finally see, oh my goodness, that's a person who sets standards for themselves and stands on business. And if I'm not willing to respect these standards and to stand on that business with them, they're going to kick me out of this motion. They're going to kick me out the program. And it's going to be my fault because I didn't respect the standards. I didn't have standards. I didn't want to contribute to this good shit that's going on. I wanted to fuck it up. I wanted to keep going back to the childish, immature behaviors that I keep on holding, that keep on putting me around narcissists, that keep on putting me around traumatized, codependent, and Let's not hate on these demons. Let's give them a chance to come to the light. All right. But I'm speaking, I know I can get this passionate because for those of us who are pursuing this healing journey, it's so lonely, but when you find other people who are really like going just balls to the wall, like all in on it, you're like, oh my goodness, you're like reading my brain. So I know most of you guys understand exactly what I'm saying, and me constantly saying, oh, sorry, is just like some self-hatred bullshit going on. But to not get too lost from the point of the self-improvement, especially in the Western world, I need to make sure that you don't leave this video without knowing, is the intention, who has the power to decide how you love yourself? Who has the power? What is the level of priority that each of those people have? And why are you, not even you, God, whatever eternal source that you believe in, that can be first, 100%. But why are you not a close second to whatever that divine source is? And then everybody else outside of you can come after that. It's because you feel like the world knows you better than you know you, or you feel like there's something in the world that's going to complete you, that's going to make you stop feeling this anxiety of not knowing who you are or not being able to accept yourself. Let me tell you, as somebody who's ran all the way into the world to find it all, you'll never find that shit. You will never find self-acceptance in a world that is built on shame and self-rejection. You won't find it outside of yourself, at least. And that's what I want to reinforce. When I say tomorrow's validation won't save you from yesterday's rejection, I'm saying that you have been so dysregulated in your being, so disconnected from being able to engage healthily with your present moment. It has created this pain that you have held on to yourself. That is the rejection of the past that you are internalizing and holding onto your heart, and your heart is getting so heavy. And if you're an adult especially, society doesn't give you a lot of healthy options to emotionally regulate. They say, hey, just go drink some alcohol with your friends. Hey, just go have some sex. Hey, just go spend a lot of money. That'll fix it. It won't. It won't. You'll actually end up doing way too much of those things that I just described, and you'll end up sabotaging your real life even more if you don't have any intention. So be very wary. But even worse, you're hanging on to all this pain from your past. It's getting so difficult to even engage with, much less exist in the present moment and to handle the moments, the challenges that the present moment is constantly feeding you. Because time waits for no man or woman or everybody else. Time is eternal, and time keeps going, and we keep growing whether we want to or not. So in recognizing that pain from our past, the trauma from our past is holding us back, almost like emotional weight, and it's making it so much harder to exist with in our present moment, we start to have these daydreams and start fantasizing about a future or somebody in the future to come save us, or some opportunity to come save us, or somebody or some resource. And we start to fantasize about salvation outside of ourselves. And the longer we are apart from being able to meet our own needs or to be connected to the source that is helping us meet our needs, the further off those delusions and that psychosis gets. And the further away from being able to change our situation we become. We put the responsibility of saving ourselves into the hands of others, into other time periods, into the laps of other people. You know why? Not because they can do it, not because they will do it, not because they're going to do it. You know why? Simply because we don't want to take responsibility for it because it's too overwhelming. Like, please tell me I'm wrong. Gang, I go through this too, bro. Everything I'm telling you, it's not for the sake of like shitting on you or like pissing on you. I'm saying this stuff because this is what I go through. These are the emotions that I struggle with. I've had mad tears behind this type of stuff. And I'm hoping that in sharing this with you, yes, you may cry the tears, but you can feel it in your heart that like you're not crazy or wrong for having to endure this. And it's okay to struggle to accept these truths. It's okay to take time to truly integrate these into your life. But all I ask is that you give yourself the best opportunity to make a decision that best benefits you. And whenever you have to make a decision, that's the backing that you have for it. That's what I'm hoping with these videos. That you understand this game that the world is playing, and you don't hide from it because it's a sick game. You don't run from it because you're not winning. You play the game because regardless of how the game ends, you accept yourself more and more every single day. So it becomes less about what others can show to you. It becomes less about what others are willing to do to validate you, and it becomes more about how you can validate yourself and share as much as you can of yourself to this world with the short time that you have living in that human body of yours. If you're watching this with your pets, hopefully those words translate into pet speak. But let me tell you, gangsta. Let me tell you, OG. Let me tell you, my brothers, my sisters, my friends, my everybody's. Tomorrow ain't coming to save you. Tomorrow ain't coming to save you. You're afraid. You're afraid. I'll take it. Instead of taking it a step further, let me just add my own flaw as to why I suffered with this for so long and why my dreams were dying because I never decided to address this. I mean, let's be simple about it. Just these videos, these YouTube videos. I'm sitting here knowing that I can genuinely turn some tables on YouTube. I can genuinely make good videos. I can genuinely build a great community. But I keep on putting that into tomorrow. I keep on saying, well, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll just make the next video tomorrow. I'll just go to the gym tomorrow. I'll just do this tomorrow. I'll just do this tomorrow. And I keep putting stuff into tomorrow because when I put stuff tomorrow, I don't have to take responsibility for it today. When I put stuff next week, next month, next year, I don't have to think about it today. I can keep fucking off. I can keep procrastinating. I can keep lying to myself and to everybody in my life that I tell I'm going to do these things because, today's just not the day. Today's just not the day. I just don't love myself enough to do this. I just don't care about my dreams enough to do this. I just don't. Because today's not the day. But how the fuck... I'm going to get pretty violent here. How the fuck are you supposed to experience the life you want to live in a present moment at some time if you aren't even willing to align yourself with the work that it takes to get there in your present moment? Don't hate yourself. Just be patient with yourself and take some more time to know what is happening behind that procrastination, what is happening behind that self-rejection that is placing the power of self-acceptance and validation into an external reality. And what steps do you need to take to summon that divine power of self-acceptance back to yourself and then using that gift you have, creating a life from rooted in your truth, shared with the world outside of you. Because you know who you are, and you're just sharing that with the world of believers. You're not believing who you are and hoping that somebody's going to tell you that you are that so you can finally know it. Because when people start to see that you're waiting on them to validate you, to accept yourself, I'm going to tell you one thing, and maybe I'm being a little extra here. Those people will run you on a hamster wheel until you die, sucking every drop of any value out of you that you can create, knowing that they can continue to get as much out of you until you realize that what you want is never going to come on the other side of that. And that's how narcissists are able to get away in relationships so much, because it's like they show just enough potential for who they can be, and then it's just straight like beating you down into a pulp to think that like anything that they showed you was like valuable at all. And that you're constantly in this hamster wheel, you're in this cycle waiting for the future to come save you because your present moment sucks. And your past is a reflection of how shitty of a present moment you've been enduring. But you're still waiting for that future, for that trip. You're waiting for that good sex. You're waiting for that apology. You're waiting for something that's never going to come, and it's keeping you stuck in a present moment that you hate. That you hate. Keeping you in a reality where you hate yourself even. And you don't know how to control it. You don't know how to fix it. But it's because the responsibility has been taken out of your hands. You can't even fix it no more. It's your life. It's your circumstances. You can't even fix that shit no more. Because now somebody else has to come and save you, and then they can. Actually, you know what's funny? They can't even fix it for you. Because they're going to come and save you, and they're going to tell you exactly what I'm telling you. Hey, gang, I came here to remind you, just like this nigga, Dark Wizard Disney, you got to save yourself. And then bro's going to dip. And then you're going to be like, shit, Jesus was black. Oh my goodness. All right. Hopefully that was a good video. I'm going to really start getting way more consistent on this stuff because I've realized it's not even about the money anymore. And not like it's not about the money anymore. Like I'm still my reality is reflecting I'm a poor individual. I'm not going to say I am poor. My reality is reflecting that I am a poor individual right now. So I'm building myself up in the hustle sense, transforming those circumstances. Because I'm not built for this shit. I'm not built to be a poor nigga. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm not built for this shit at all, bro. When I start getting into story times about me going to like social services and like begging for welfare and shit, like you guys are gonna be so traumatized. But yeah. I hope that you guys can take some value out of these videos and they mean something. Like I genuinely love you guys for even just being here and for watching these. And as a sign of how much I appreciate and love you guys, I'm just gonna keep making these videos. So I don't want to make any promises because ADHD has me in my head thinking I'm a genius, and then to everybody else I'm a fucking liar. So I'll just I'll spare the promises for after I get things done, and then I'll tell you, see, I told you, but I never told you. So we'll figure that out at some point. If you have any video recommendations, get on the Discord and send them to me, or you can even get in the comments and send them to me. I like talking. So if there's like a conversation that you think we could have or anything, or just something you want to hear me speak about specifically, like from my perspective, just throw it in the comment or just throw it on the Discord. What else do I want to talk about? Clothing brand. See, you guys just jump in that stuff. And then when you buy clothes off that, can you send me pictures through my Instagram so I can put it onto the brand page Instagram? I want this to be like a cultural revolution. I don't want Cosmic Nomad to just be some like TikTok brand or some fucking Instagram brand. I want this to be a cultural evolution. Everybody who feels like they got that rebel soul inside of them that's just dream chasing, curse breaking, life changing. That's the type of shit I'm on, bro. So I want everybody who reps my brand, everybody who gets a piece of art that I create from that business to feel that energy coursing through their veins every time they're wearing my shit. Other than that, when I tell you I love you guys, I hope you understand this real love, bro. Like I don't come from a place where you get supported for doing what you love. I don't come from a place where people accept you for being who you really are. I don't come from a place where people give you the benefit of the doubt or give you second chances. I don't come from a place where people give you first chances. I come from a place where you're wrong or you're very wrong, bro. So don't take no fucking steps, bro. And I had to break out of that shit, bro. I had to free myself from that, bro, and be everything I could ever dream of. And as scary as this path has been at times, like, I'd never change this shit for the world, bro. I'd never change this shit for the world. All you guys are ever going to get out of me for the rest of my life is everything that I have to offer. And I hope that we as a collective going on this journey of self-awareness and self-actualization can really, really, really create a world not just worth living in for ourselves, but a world worth handing off to future generations of humanity. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than life itself. I'll catch you in the next one. Do it back.